Heath Ledger's Joker was special, one of a kind, a Joker that stands above the rest. But how does he really stack up against the rest? Let's break it down. For those who are new to the channel, which is probably most of you, about a year ago, I started a series where I covered each live action Joker, ranking them based on a bunch of attributes just for fun. And it was supposed to be a lead up to Joker Folie à Deux, but I stopped after 2 Jokers. And it was mainly because college was kicking my ass at the time and I needed to focus on my classes, so I couldn't make as many videos. But now I'm out of school, so I've got no excuses, so it's time to finish this series. And what a great Joker to come back to this series for. One that most consider the GOAT of all Jokers. But before we get to Heath Ledger, there's actually one more live action Joker in between Heath Ledger and Jack Nicholson, though he only got about 10 seconds of screen time. In 2002, a TV show called The Birds of Prey released, following the lives of Barbara Gordon, who was Oracle at the time, Black Canary, and Huntress, as they work to try and fill Batman's shoes while he's missing. It's really dated. Super corny in my opinion, but I like corny shit, so it wasn't a pain for me to watch it. I watched about half of the show, so if anyone wants me to cover this whole show, I'd love to finish it. But we're here to talk about the Joker. And there was a Joker for about 10 seconds. He's in the first episode, shown paralyzing Barbara, and also in a fight with Batman. He looks a bit off, honestly. Fun fact about this Joker, his physical actor was Roger Stoneburner, but Mark Hamill did the voice. So technically, this is Mark Hamill's live action Joker, unfortunately. That's all I have to say about that Joker. There's not really much I can say. So, on to Heath Ledger. If you're unaware of how these vids go, we cover 7 main attributes: looks, charisma, laugh, origins, motives, threat level, and relationship with Batman. And we score those 7 attributes to get an overall score of the Joker. So let's get into it. Given the gritty nature of The Dark Knight, it only made sense that you should take the purple suit, the green hair, the red smile, and the white skin and corrupt it. Going from the classic combed hair look to loose, longer hair just fits more in this world. There's no control over its individual strands, just like there's no true control by anyone within Gotham. Of course, with the darker tone of the movies, the purple suit needed to be darker as well. And the white skin is now just white makeup that he puts on his face. I really like how imperfect the makeup is as well, with clear areas on his face being smudged in the scars. Maybe a little edgy, but it fits really well for this Joker. I'm giving his looks a 10 out of 10. The look of this Joker fits way too perfectly into the world of The Dark Knight. This Joker has a bit of an interesting way of speaking. Most Jokers before tended to speak with confidence and tried to steal the show by being somewhat pompous. This one goes in the complete opposite direction. He acts a lot more like a regular human, stumbling over his words, some of his actions feeling a lot less premeditated and more reactionary, which I think just proves how well Heath Ledger did in this role. Despite the awkwardness that the character has, he's really confident in what he believes, so he never backs down from what he says or does, and it allows him to make everyone in the room feel a sense of uneasiness. This Joker also knew how to farm aura. He's pretty good at it. That's all I'm gonna say. 8 out of 10. He doesn't carry any type of swag with him. He doesn't really steal the show at all, but he does a good job of invoking the fear and uneasiness that he wants to invoke in the people he talks to. His laugh's not annoying, and he doesn't even laugh that much during the movie, but when he does, it's not over the top. His laugh reminds me of Mark Hamill's Joker laugh from the animated series, but with it in live action, which does give it a little bit more of an unnerving feeling. 9 out of 10. Joker's origin being unknown and him coming out of nowhere has always been my favorite part about him, because it just adds more chaos to him as a whole. It makes it much harder to understand him because you can't predict what is going on in his mind at all. It's all just guesses. It's like you're throwing a dart at a board, just hoping one sticks. The fact that he makes up stories about his scars is great, because as you progress through the movie, you find yourself struggling to put together a backstory for him. And you basically have to accept the fact that you aren't going to learn about the Joker's backstory at about the same time that Bruce has to learn that the Joker may just want to see the world burn. He's getting a 10 out of 10 for Origins.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
There's not much more to say about this. He's tired of the system and how it operates, whether it be the criminal or regular world. He thinks their motives are flawed, not really seeing money as valuable. So he wants to shake shit up and show how flawed everyone really is, no matter how high of a pedestal they are put on. I'm giving motives a 9 out of 10. Joker is fascinated with Batman. He was really curious to see how far he could push him, and Batman just hates it. And I'm not 100% on this, but I feel like when the Joker first saw Batman, he looked at him and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna go fuck with that guy. And Batman just hates him so much. It's so great. I'm giving him a 10 out of 10 for his relationship with Batman. This guy manipulates the mentally unwell to do his bidding. That's some devious shit. His insanity also isn't just there to show that he's insane, like a Joker I'll talk about in the future. He really just does things that other people see as insane, but he doesn't. Like when he burns all that money because he thinks that people are too focused on it, or when he records that Batman pretender because he's trying to show that Batman is a bad influence, or when he straps grenades to his own body to get the mob to listen to him. It's all calculated insanity, and he uses it to get shit done. He only fails because he got unlucky. I don't know if I could really trust two boats to keep from blowing up the other boat to save their own boat, especially a boat of inmates versus a boat of regular civilians. I know for sure that there's a group of civilians out there that wouldn't hesitate to blow up a ship full of criminals, regardless of crime. He's getting a 9.5 out of 10 for threat level. Taking the average of all these values, we get a 9.4 out of 10 for Heath Ledger's Joker. That's a pretty damn good score, and it's far ahead of the other two Jokers that I've covered so far. So yeah, Heath Ledger. I consider him the best of them all. I don't really think the other Jokers that I'll be covering in the future will really hold up to him, but I'm curious to see how I grade them versus Cesar Romero's Joker and Jack Nicholson's Joker. Because despite how you feel about any of these Jokers, you can't lie that every single one of them has been different. And I really appreciate that with each Joker, people really wanted to put a spin on the character. So yeah, let me know what you thought about what I had to say about Heath Ledger's Joker. I promise I won't take a whole year to make my next video about the next Joker. I believe it's, oh yeah, Jared Leto's Joker. Although we could, bro, someone is outside honking. Probably close my window. Although we could talk about the two twins from Gotham who each represent a part of Joker. I actually haven't seen Gotham, but it's been on my list for the longest amount of time. So if you guys want me to cover those two twins, it would give me a reason to watch it now. Anything to postpone me analyzing Jared Leto's Joker. Anything. But yeah, like the video if you like what you see here. Hit that sub button. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. I'm trying to get it by the end of the year. So if you like what you see, hit the sub button. I'm sure you're not going to regret it. I kind of just get on here and yap about whatever I'm thinking about. So if you like yapping, if you like hearing people yap, this is the place for you. So yeah, hit that sub button, join the squad. And as always, thanks for watching.